Oh, never mind. Good evening, good people. Welcome to Blessed in the City, Conversations with Blessed. I want to thank you guys for joining us for another episode. Again, I guess we're going to start with the disclaimers. Ms. Bermudez, please.
Yes, hello, peace and love, kings and queens. Welcome back. And tonight, and every night, as we always say, the views, comments, concerns, conversations, discussions that you hear from the panelists, including our guests, are solely the views and opinions of the people that you see here. It does not in any way reflect Kearney Point Studios, or the staff and employees here. So just take what we say with a grain of salt. Thank you.
That's right. That's so right. You will be introduced later. Okay, so we're gonna start off by introducing our first host, good brother Rashid Chambers. Say hi to the good people, good brother.
Thank you, thank you. You're far too kind. What's going on, good people?
All right, beautiful. And also to my right, the intelligent Erica Bermudez.
There's a couple other pronouns.
The goddess of
Yeah.
Blessed in the City.
Continue.
Unique and is grateful, beautiful.
Give us
soul.
one more.
Um, did I say that there's not a woman on Blessed in the City that has as much grace as she does? Did I say that? And that the people of last week
You're
missed
overselling.
it? Okay, yeah.
You're overselling.
All right, I'm sorry. Let me tell it back. So again,
Can we
wanna
pin
welcome-
this episode? Because I have never gotten so many
we wanna
wonderful accolades
we
from
want to
this man.
welcome Erica Bermudez, light skin Keisha. Clap it up for us. Yo.
Peace and love. Please. I missed you guys.
Did you really?
I did.
Okay, yeah.
I'm still waiting for my chicken noodle soup though, because I was
What-
sick and
With a
I
soda
didn't
on the
get
side.
yeah, I didn't get
we
no
was
chicken
told you
noodle
was in
soup.
Zimbabwe. I didn't know that you was. They
Oh,
said
with
you
the,
was-
the hair wrapping
hair
thing?
wrapping, yes.
Yeah, no. I was
No?
homesick.
Your hair wrapping looks very nice tonight.
Thank you.
How long? That takes you about an hour. So we'll talk about that later.
Yes.
We'll talk about that later.
We'll do a whole show on
Right.
the hair
Yes.
wrapping.
A
Okay.
tutorial.
Yes.
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 Okay. All right, good people. And I am the Big Black Invasion, Kali Moore the Great. All right. And I want to welcome you guys tonight. We have a guest later that's gonna come on and actually speak. I'm not gonna say a name right now, but we're gonna start off with this first segment, hitting the block. Go ahead, good brother Rob.
Hit the block, everybody. Hit the block. So, yes, we got a lot of things going on in our community, and we're going to actually share this part of the segment because just there's so much information out there. But I did want to shout out the WaterFront Street. I'm sorry, the water. I lost complete everything. Yeah, WaterFront Project
right.
Incorporated. They have two programs that are going on right now. These are clinics that are going to be discussing housing opportunities for people who find themselves in distressed or distressed renters and things like that. And also they'll be talking about foreclosure and pre-foreclosure and all the assistance that comes with it from this awesome organization that's going to be, pretty much helping people on the spot, help them out of some of the situations they might find themselves in, whether it's due to COVID or any other economic hardship. So there's going to be a clinic on the 15th, which is going to be tomorrow. That clinic is going to start at 5:30, and you can basically just come up to the Bethune Center. You don't need an invitation. We would ask that everyone that actually is going to end up there would register. And there'll be another event at Five Corners Library on this coming Saturday. And they're going to also be doing the same things, helping people, in their, economic situations as it relates to housing. So, you can go to Five Corners Library. That program is going to start between the hours of 10 and 12. And we have an awesome guest here that's going to talk about that, and it's good. But just because this is potentially our last show of the year, I know that there's going to be a lot of Christmas cheer for everyone. So I just wanted to say happy holidays to everyone, and also give you some free, game as to what's going on in the community. And I know that we're going to touch on this a lot moving forward. So if you do have time, please stop down on the 18th. That's going to be on a Sunday, I believe.
Sunday.
Yeah, that's going to be on a Sunday at the factory between the hours of 2 p.m. and 5. There's a bunch of organizations that are throwing together a toy drive. So you're going to have, Anti-Violence Coalition. You're going to have Councilman Frank Gilmore's, his Fetty Foundation. You're going to have a bunch of other organizations, local grassroots community organizations, looking to provide some kind of joy and merriment during this holiday season for a lot of the kids in the community. So if you get a chance, definitely at least stop by, support them. If you can donate something, then definitely I'm pretty sure you can reach out to Frank and his organization, Frank Gilmore, and the Fetty Foundation. I'm pretty sure they'll be happy to help, or receive gifts. So
Beautiful, and that's great. I mean, listen, support your local organizations, guys. It's very important. I applaud all those who are making an effort during these times to be helpful, to the young children out there that do celebrate Christmas. And I'm thankful for that you guys are out there to provide some type of joy during this time of the year. Ms. Bermudez, you do have a few more to talk about for this holiday season.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
For just a moment. It says we're streaming fine. It says everything's going out, but I can't find it on your page.
I'm
I
live.
can't find- Oh, you are?
Yep.
Okay, then carry on.
Thank you. Thank you,
The
Scott.
good brother Scott always coming to the
Yes,
Always making
always
sure we're
making
good.
sure we're doing what we're supposed
We
to
we
do.
appreciate and love you, Scott. I mean, I want to replace you with Erica, but anyway, go ahead. I didn't mean to say that out loud.
That's okay,
Replace
I'll
Erica
go.
with him,
Yeah, I want to. Yeah.
because if not, then she would be behind the scenes.
That's
Right.
okay.
Yes, I'll be better. Anyway, go ahead.
Listen, if y'all want me to go, I'll go. It's no problem.
Can you carry on,
Anyway,
please?
let's continue hitting the block. So the Hudson County Civic Association is having a holiday party on December 16th. That is Friday. That will be at the Moose Hall, 60 West Side Avenue in Jersey City from 6:30 to 10:30. The admissions is an unwrapped gift.
Oh, nice.
So you can come and enjoy yourself. There will be food, there will be entertainment, music, and so on and so forth. But you have to come and give back to the community. There are a lot of children who are, expecting to see gifts under their tree. So we want to help those children do that. And that's also in partnership with B.L.E.S.C. And then Saturday morning on the 17th, the Civic Association, Hudson County Civic Association, is doing breakfast with Santa. That's from 10 a.m. to noon. And that is also at the Moose Hall, 60 West Side Avenue in Jersey City. And that's children ages 1 to 12. That's when the children will be coming to get the gifts. So Friday night, bring your unwrapped gifts. Not your children, just the unwrapped gifts. Have a good time, and then Saturday, bring your children ages 1 through 12. You have to RSVP for this event. RSVP by December 16th, that's Friday, and you can call 201-332-2014 in order to RSVP. Also, Sarah's Daughters Foundation tomorrow night from 7 to 9 is also doing a toy drive. So come and bring your toys. The kids need it, okay? Bring your toys, and that location is 201 Montgomery Street in Jersey City. And for more information with that, you can call 908-346-3825 or DM Jersey_City_Youth_Democrat. Okay, so you guys, help support the kids during the holiday season. I have just two more things. The Hudson County Department of Corrections and Rehabilitation is having a hiring event tomorrow night at the Bethune Center. That's 140 MLK Drive in Jersey City, and that event is from 5:30 to 7:30. So listen, during the holiday season, you might need a job. Okay,
That's right.
You might have a nephew or uncle or somebody sleeping on your couch that need a job. Take they behinds to the Bethune Center tomorrow to get information about, signing up and getting information about joining the Hudson County Department of Corrections and Rehabilitation. I'm looking at a Hudson County police officer right here. So, they
that's
need
right.
people. They
We
need people. And the information for that is just simply Bethune Center, 5:30 p.m. tomorrow to 7:30, and there's other dates to follow. That's also December 28th, same time, same location. And I just want to highlight that tonight, Jersey City Police Department, as well as B.L.E.S.C, is doing Shop with a Cop. So there are children right now that are in Target, Walmart, Macy's. I don't know, y'all go to Macy's? Y'all take them? Marshalls,
No.
Dillard's. Is there a Dillard's in New Jersey? I don't know. But they out shopping with a cop right now. So I just want to highlight Jersey City Police Department, B.L.E.S.C, and the other organizations that are really pushing forth the effort to put smiles on our children's faces. They might not have a chimney for Santa come down, but B.L.E.S.C and all of these other organizations are coming through supporting our kids during the holiday season.
That's right, and I only want to continue to encourage everyone to participate. And this is a time of giving, and even if you don't celebrate Christmas as your holiday, there's still a lot of joy in the kids that really enjoy experiencing the opportunity to receive something. Got to keep in mind, for some of these children, this is the only time that they're going to be able to receive something this way. So let's continue to bless them and contribute and to put the smile on the young people's face, right? And keep them innocent, because that's necessary. If you want to not have an angry man, you know what I mean? fill a young boy with joy, all right? And then he wouldn't be that angry man. Another thing I do want to say, when it comes to the Civic Association and B.L.E.S.C, we've been doing, we partnered up with them for I think the last 5 years, and it's a great turnout. We've been thankful that the Friday before, we do have a lot of people to come out and donate, and we want to encourage you guys to continue to do that. I will say, on Saturday, please register by Friday. On Saturday, come early. The lines are long, but please, I would pray that you guys be patient. Let's be respectful for those who are coming out. And if you arrive on Saturday, right, you must have your child with you. Okay? You must have them with you. The child, you can't come there talking about you got 5 kids and they're all that back at the house and you want 2 toys apiece. No, we're not doing that.
One toy per child.
1 toy per child, and the child must be with you. Please, let's be respectful. Please, let's be considerate. And please, let's be kind in this season of joy. And I just want to thank you. And Sarah's daughter, listen, we're amazed at you guys, and we love what you do. We definitely got to get one of you guys on the show. Applauding you guys again. And shout out and peace and blessings to all the grassroots organizations that's out there pounding the pavement, that's not looking for recognition, but completely doing it from their heart. And we want to bless y'all and hope that y'all continue doing your thing. And anytime y'all need any assistance over anything, please contact B.L.E.S.C. We always willing to lend a helping hand.
Also, I just wanted to add that while a lot of these organizations are giving back to the community during this time, because you have to remember the neighborhoods in Jersey City, a lot of them are impoverished, low income. So a lot of these, and a lot of them have multiple children in the house. So sometimes it's difficult to provide gifts and just provide a really happy, Merry Christmas for everyone. So it's really important, but particularly with Sarah's Daughter Foundation, you have to remember that these are domestic violence survivors. So a lot of these women are displaced. A lot of these women who have children, they don't even necessarily have someplace to live to provide, a beautiful Merry Christmas for their children. So please, do your due diligence and give back to the community. Don't ask what your community can do for you, but what can you do for your community? For your community.
That's right. And please, people, we asking for a toy, all right? A 5-year-old boy don't want a sweater, okay? It's a toy drive, right? When we do a clothing drive, you bring clothes. When we do a toy drive, you bring a toy,
toys.
all right? A 5-year-old want a toy. He don't want a sweater. It's not, please. No sweaters, please, at the toy drive. Wait till the coat drive, then you can bring clothes. When it's a toy drive, you have to bring a toy.
Noted.
Thank you.
I don't
Thank
know.
you.
There's a Liberty Mutual commercial where a kid got insurance and was happy, and the kid that got the bike was sad. So I don't know. The kid might want a sweater.
Okay,
you never. No. But I'm joking.
That's also a commercial where the bird keep running into the window. I don't think that you would follow something like that. But anywho, again, thank you, Ms. Bermudez, for your contributions to Hidden Block. Brother Ra, appreciate your contributions as well. And okay, so we did speak about the young lady coming in to speak on the foreclosures and the Freedom Project. What is it called?
The WaterFront.
Yeah.
That was my fault for butchering it at the very beginning.
The
WaterFront project.
Yeah.
And it's very
so
good.
we're gonna actually bring on the show and introduce Kim Goycochea.
Goycochea.
Goycochea. You know what I mean?
I'm not even gonna
come on the
try.
show, Kim.
Yes, let's welcome Kim. You can bring your water with you. Come on.
Goycochea. Goycochea.
It's clear. Nobody gonna know it's wine. It's okay.
Goycochea.
Goycochea.
Yes. Look at that hair.
Yeah,
Oh,
my
I
name is
love it.
Goycochea, and this
You wanna
is
put your
vodka.
headphones on? All right.
Yes. I love your hair.
Beautiful, beautiful. Erica, anyway, we want to welcome to the show. I want you to start off by introducing yourself, and then tell us exactly, what your organization does.
Sure. I'm Kim Goycochea, and I'm a HUD certified housing counselor at the WaterFront project. We're a team of HUD certified housing counselors, foreclosure specialists, and attorneys that try to help solve people's issues of housing instability, whether it be with tenant landlord issues or with mortgage issues and the potential of foreclosure, before and after needing legal representation, although I like to get myself on record, solving things before.
Right.
We try to, our goal is to give our clients stable, permanent housing and to get
Okay.
them away from housing instability. There's a lot of things that contribute to why clients come to us, but we try to give them compassion every step of the way, give them resources from the community as we see them or resources that we have available, and education on their rights and options.
And you know what? That's crucial because a lot of times, we forfeit so much by just being ignorant. Ignorant and being embarrassed, that you've gotten to that point, and not to know that there's help and there's knowledge and there's ways to maneuver out of it. So the work you guys doing is great. I just want to ask you guys, was this something initiated, because of COVID or during COVID, or this was in existence way before COVID?
So we actually started way before COVID. Our founder was a pastor working in Hoboken, and he was encountering that a lot of his parish were becoming homeless or in danger of homelessness. So he's also a lawyer, so he started it as a legal clinic and started representing people himself as a pastor and a
Okay.
lawyer, and he's still working as a lawyer and a
Wow,
pastor.
beautiful,
Yeah.
beautiful. Definitely applaud that. You got any questions, Rob? Brother Rob?
Yeah, so I think Ms. Bermudez has a question. I just wanted to.
Yeah, but I asked you, Brother Chambers.
Well, excuse me.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I'll ask the question because
That's
he's
right.
technically my bigger brother, so
That's right. I asked you.
I'll just come down on that one, so not a problem. But I do appreciate you being here. And more so than the question is, there's a lot of things that were going on, and I think since the last crash, I think COVID would probably be the next big thing we've had
Yep.
to have people in this facing pre-foreclosure or facing foreclosure and things like that, which is crazy when you think about all of the the things that the last administration and this current administration has been doing to ensure that people couldn't be removed from their homes or evicted during the pandemic. But people don't have this information, so how do you help those people who are in that kind of a need? Because it wasn't just the pandemic, as far as the virus, there were a lot of financial issues and implications that we were headed towards some economic decline.
Yeah, so for our foreclosure clients, we've noticed that a lot of people who really suffered during COVID were people who were already in exasperating situations, and then COVID was just kind of the
Right.
jumping point.
Okay,
Um,
right.
And our foreclosure specialist, Bill, he's great, he's amazing, is very educated on the subject matter of what steps you are in foreclosure, how far along are you, what can we do at XYZ point to get you either out of the process entirely or to sort of mitigate to something better
Yep.
for the time being. And I like you said earlier, education is so important. There's so many people who aren't educated, and literally when I first started working there, I realized how much I didn't know because I got in my first apartment during COVID, and it made me review everything, and I was freaking out when I was being trained. I'm like, let me look at my lease again.
Yes.
Let me look at because I was even looking at homes and stuff way too early, but I was being hopeful.
Right.
Basically, education is the key, but for our foreclosure clients, we also try to see what can we do about the other situations that are going on. So if there's another partner in the community that can help someone who was going through COVID, help them apply for foreclosure assistance or for other general assistance, we will refer them to them. We will help them with their applications. We're also a multilingual organization. I personally speak Spanish. Most of our staff has someone to turn to who has another language. So we serve all communities and try to get resources from all communities to help us.
Oh, that's great. So
awesome.
y'all got your
Yeah.
own little network. That's
Yeah.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Ms.
Yep.
Benitez.
So I have a few questions.
Do you now?
One of the questions that I have is that you guys, do you offer funding for people who may be behind on their rent or facing foreclosures, or is it just legal assistance that you help with?
Right now, mainly consistently, it's been legal assistance and assistance pre-legal action.
Okay.
Right now, we do have a little bit of funding available, but it's not, it doesn't look like it'll be permanent for the
Okay.
time being. I don't want to speak on the future
Mhm.
yet.
Mhm.
But yes, we are mainly a legal assistance.
So you provide legal assistance for people to prevent them from losing their homes.
Yes.
Can people donate to your organization? Like if you guys can accept funding so that you can provide people with that, or
Continue the
Yeah.
service.
do you accept donations? And if so, how do people donate to your organization?
We do accept donations, and we do accept the type of donating network that you're saying. It would be mostly through our website, thewaterfrontproject.org. On there, there's a donations category that you can click on, and depending on the amount you want to donate, you'd be able to donate on the site, or if you want to speak with our team first about the specifics of it, then that's something you can look into too.
And that website is again?
Thewaterfrontproject.org, and our social media is the Waterfront Project.
That's the Waterfront Project, not the Freedom Fighters. All right, Waterfront.
I was
Project.
all over the place.
That's
Uh,
that's okay. It's
yeah,
okay. It's
yeah.
Wednesday.
It's Wednesday, yeah.
Yeah, it's Wednesday.
And Erica scared you.
Wednesday nights.
America's sure.
I probably did.
So.
Well, Erica's
Probably-
scared me.
I probably did. I probably did.
Erica's a sweetheart. She never scares me.
I'm gonna say this. I mean, again, just to reiterate, it's great what you guys are doing. Now, how many people you say like per week that you guys are assisting? Like, is it something like overwhelming? Is I know it looked like you enjoy the work because you get excited when you talk about it.
Yeah.
But I'm just curious, like, how many people that you guys actually come in contact with, like, per week? Like, what does the day in Kim's life look like when it comes to dealing with clients?
Well, first I want to say that everybody on the team is just as passionate as I am about the job.
That's great.
And just as supportive. It's great that I can go to literally anyone for either advice or just to kind of unload when there's like a hard day.
Right.
The day is long, and I'd say within all of us, we're usually seeing over 20 clients a week.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
And that's me being on the lower side of things.
Right.
And it's the holiday season, so unfortunately, this is the time when
Right.
landlords or companies will have issues with tenants and their utilities.
Right.
So this is a lot of the time where we'll get cases of people losing their heat or losing their electricity,
Right.
or if there's a blizzard or other natural disaster, that's also when that happens. We
I
got a
actually
lot
do
during
have a
Hurricane
yeah.
Ida, actually.
I actually do have a question about that because, yeah, these are problems that are faced with a lot of people, especially specifically in the Greenville area. You know, I know that there's an uptick in people, you know, not being taken care of the way that they should, especially depending on the rent. Now, if someone was to, like, what would you give advice? Because I think the general consensus I've seen is if there's an issue with the utilities, if there's an issue with, you know, heating or something like that, people withhold rent. And sometimes they withhold it for so long that they can't catch up or they find themselves in dire issues. Is there any advice for anyone if they find themselves in saying, look, my heat has been off for, you know, like 15 days out of the month, I'm not paying rent until this is fixed or that is fixed? What do you suggest to those people? Is that the right logic to have, or?
Well, depending on the municipality they live in, they could actually have a much faster solution for that. So for Jersey City, for example, there's the no heat hotline that'll respond to them and get them heat faster.
No heat hotline in
Yeah.
Jersey City? I was unaware.
Do you have information on that, the no heat?
I don't know the number off the top of my head.
Okay,
But we'll
Well,
definitely
fine.
share it
We'll
inside of
put
the
it on
comments.
yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
There's also the State Public Utilities Board.
Mm-hmm.
So you would contact them if you have issues with utilities that result in you not having them or not having access to them. And they're usually pretty responsive
Okay.
on sending people and actually connecting the person to their specific company. So if they're having trouble reaching PSC&G, for example, or reaching Suez, then that could be the bridge that helps them reach them faster.
That's good. So and I just wanted to make sure that we reiterate, maybe withholding rent is not the best thing. Maybe
No.
reaching out
Yeah.
to
To
make sure,
resources.
yeah, because you can hold rent for 1 month, then an emergency comes, you
Right.
decide to dedicate those funds to it, and then you find yourself in a
In a
spiraling
bind.
Yeah.
bind. And I've
Withholding
seen that a
rent-
lot with people.
Withholding rent for basically all cases is viewed as a last resort, and it has to be done very well, otherwise it could be a liability for the client. So I have to be very careful with that.
Yeah, yeah, I can
Amy
imagine.
watches me like a hawk with that one. I can hear her now.
But
Okay.
that makes a lot of sense. Erica, I know you
Yeah.
had another question.
I do have another question. Could you tell me the communities that you service? Is it just Hudson County? Is it the whole state of New Jersey? Like, what areas do you service specifically?
Right now, we service all of Hudson County.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay, that's great.
So I did have a question about that. So Union City does have an organization like what your organization does, correct?
Yes.
But the thing is, the rest of the probably with the exception of, I don't know, maybe Weehawken or something, no one else has this kind of government localized, office that does the work that you guys do. So you're essential
really.
in
Yeah.
Jersey City and other municipalities because no one's going to be able to help those people when they find themselves in this kind of a rut.
Yeah.
So I think that that's very important that we give a shout out to the work that you guys do because no one else is doing it in a lot of places.
It's unique, man, and it definitely should be applauded and supported.
Yeah.
I'm all about, being a part of, and a founding member of a nonprofit organization. I can only reiterate how important it is to donate. If you can give, please, especially when you see, organizations as this that's doing the work and that's doing extraordinary work at that. We want to make sure that they keep having the funding to accomplish these goals, right? And the thing is, if you haven't experienced anything like this, God bless you. But you never know when, something like this tragically could happen.
Yep.
And again, you just want to help and assist as much as possible.
And assist everyone, correct?
Yeah,
Because
everyone.
as you mentioned with the bilingual aspect of it, there's a segment of our population, and I know it's bigger in probably Union City or North Bergen,
Yeah.
but there's a segment of our population that will believe because of their immigration status that they can't receive help. Or, like they can be exploited by landlords because they're like, what are they
Right.
going to do?
Right.
Right.
So how do you guys deal with that specifically?
We're trying to do outreach in those specific communities. More work for me because I speak Spanish.
Yep.
Right.
But yeah, we're trying to do outreach in those specific communities to let them know that our services do not matter on immigration status. We service every resident of Hudson County should they need it. And we are trying to communicate to them that, yes, you might be taken advantage of. These are your rights. These are your options as a resident, period.
Period. Now, what if my fear isn't you guys? What if my fear as someone who finds himself a little bit behind in all of my paperwork when it comes to my citizenship? You guys might be fine, but when I go to court, I can't go to court because I'm going to be, detained and then possibly deported. Is that a possibility for people? Is that fear legit? Or is that just a fear that people don't understand? It's not. I know that Jersey City is somewhat of a sanctuary city,
Yeah.
but I don't see people being, pretty much forced out of our city or forced out of our country for going to make sure that they're, checking on their rights when it comes to residential housing.
I think our lawyers know more about this, but for right now, it does look like, obviously I understand where the fear is coming from, being the daughter of an immigrant myself. But for right now, it doesn't look like that is happening in Hudson County.
Yep.
At least from what I've heard. And again, like I think I said it earlier, our lawyers are scary good at defending our clients.
Nice.
Beautiful. And
Scare me a little.
and I also like to ask this. Have you ever encountered a situation where you have the tenant version and then you contact the landlord? So you'll have a tenant that's withholding rent, but then you have a landlord that's going through foreclosure because they're not receiving the rent.
Oh, wow, the double whammy.
Yes.
Okay,
Do
yeah,
you
that's
encounter
good.
things like
That's
that?
unique.
Is that something you encountered yet? And
Not
and
that
forgive me,
specific.
I know it's cold because Erica turns on the air because she's hot-blooded. So we try to keep it cold to keep her calm. But anyway,
I
go
can
ahead.
blame everything.
So that specific situation I have not encountered yet, but
Right.
when I tell you I've encountered some creative things, some crazy situations here at the WaterFront project, I mean it.
Well, can we have some examples to protect the names will not be mentioned? But a scenario maybe, something vague. That's
Scenario.
common, I say.
Ooh, I got to think about all of this from this year.
So yeah, something vague.
And just to give you guys a little backstory, today is your second, time on the show, right? You've been on a show earlier today as well, correct? Or was it yesterday or anything like that?
No.
Have you not? You haven't been on another podcast today, or
Well,
any?
this morning, but not this one, yeah.
Okay,
No,
yeah,
not this
that's
one.
what I
He
meant.
means
Yes.
another show. You
Like
were
you've
on-
been on
Oh,
another
okay,
show.
yes, I was
so
on
you've
this
been at it
morning.
all day.
Wait a minute.
So,
I was like,
yeah.
no, I was somewhere else this
Oh well,
morning.
no, she came to the best show at night. That's
That's
why
right.
Save the best for
She's
last.
here with B.L.E.S.C in the city at night. But
What-
yeah, she's been at this pretty much all day.
Oh, what other show you was on today?
I was on a podcast called Ino Contigo.
I did that. No free marketing. No, I'm just playing.
Okay. I'm like,
No free
no.
marketing. No, I'm joking.
free
Go ahead. I'm
marketing.
sorry.
It's called Ino Contigo. It's a Spanish TV show, and
Oh,
they
okay.
have video streams everywhere. Too.
Okay,
Nice.
great.
Oh, great,
Okay.
great. Shout out to them.
Yeah, absolutely,
I'm not gonna
absolutely.
try to say
A little
it.
weird speaking Spanish first thing in the morning, but it's all right.
Okay.
But yeah, so I want to go back to these scenarios.
Yeah.
What have you encountered that you can share with the family? Now,
I've
don't
definitely
be
had a-
nervous. It's just a conversation. We're
Right.
among
I've
friends.
definitely had a lot of like he said, she said cases,
Uh-huh.
and then I look like, when Judge Judy's like, give me the papers, like give me the
Yeah.
evidence. So I'm like that person, and I definitely have had like landlords trying to flatter me on one hand. They'll be like, all the repairs are done. This person can start paying their rent back now, and they're so nice to me. And then I'm like, okay. And then I hear the other person's side, and they're like, well, actually, there's X, Y, and Z violations. I'm like, all right, let me get that building inspector's report. Let me see what the city says.
Ah,
And next thing
right.
I know,
The
I'm
mo-
like,
the
oh,
moment of truth.
we have some problems here.
Right.
Yeah. And I've had, like I said earlier, we're getting a lot of immigrants who are like, my landlord wants to increase my rent $800.
What?
Yeah.
In one shot.
And that's a big
Is
big
that
issue as
legal?
well.
Is
No,
that
that's
legal to
illegal.
have? Because I know that you can increase annually, but
Yes.
is $800
It's a percentage
feasible?
in certain locations. No, $800 you can't do that.
Can't a landlord raise the rent as high as they want because we don't have rent control in Jersey City?
No.
Yeah. So what would be the threshold?
In rent control, it's a certain percentage. If you go over that percentage, it's illegal.
In rent control.
Yes.
Like in affordable housing, is like, or just any rent? Because what do you mean rent control?
If it's under rent control protections
Yeah.
by
Okay,
the
got
city.
you.
So
Okay,
if, like for
okay.
Jersey City says, for example, this is a registered rent control building,
Uh-huh.
they can only increase it by 4%, for example.
Okay.
It's very low. It's nowhere near $800.
Do we have
Okay.
that across the board in Jersey City?
Yes. It's a little tedious to get done, but yes.
Okay.
So what about a situation where it's not rent controlled? Can a landlord have an increase like that, or is there like a statewide or city mandate that says it can only be this much?
So for non-rent controlled buildings, they can increase only one time annually. And I've definitely had landlords who try to challenge that. And for that one time, it has to be what's called a conscionable rent increase. So if we can prove legally that it's unconscionable under the eyes of the court, then it
Gotcha.
won't be accepted.
Oh,
But,
okay,
but it has
gotcha.
to be litigated in order to be
in order
enforced.
to be unconscionable, so
Yeah.
to speak.
Yeah, it has to be
Gotcha.
proven in
So
court.
technically, a landlord can do it. It's just that the pushback
You
will
have to
come back
fight it.
later in litigation.
Well,
Yeah, it's just I'll call the lawyers.
so if you're going to be renting from Mr. Chambers, you're going to get a $800 increase. By the way.
And then you can
not
just
in
call
any of my
Kim.
buildings.
Yeah.
Not in any of my buildings, and I
I
don't
don't-
own in Hudson County.
I
so.
don't know.
Just call
That's
Kim,
what it-
and
just call Kim.
she'll get you the legal service.
That's right.
to-
$800? No.
Nah.
No, we never
that
do
you need. And it's funny you say that because again, unfortunately, we have a lot of people who are in position to provide a service and to serve, right? They own these properties. They truly try to take advantage of a lot of people, and it's normally because they are immigrants and they feel as though that they can take advantage of them,
Yep.
so they do. And that's an unfortunate circumstance. Now, I know these things can become heated, and yes, you want to promote them to handle it, legally. But in any other situation, did a landlord get so aggressive to where he tried to get physical with tenants?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay,
Wow.
and then
And that's why we're ruthless with what we do, because I'm not going to deal with my clients being unsafe. No,
Wow.
no
You
one
can see
of
she
us
got
are.
an edge, boy.
Yeah, I see that.
wish you.
I wish you would. Yeah, I
wish
see.
you
She
would.
was like, no,
Come
not
see,
my
come see
clients.
Kim.
Yeah.
That's right.
Come see Kim.
yeah.
I'm one person with my clients, and then I'm like another person with people who try to like mess with my clients.
That's right. You
I
hear
like
that?
that.
You think that pink hair is a game? Nah.
Nah.
I mean, she ain't playing.
So,
It is, but it
Kim,
is.
I have
right.
I have a question. What are some resources that you can give to our viewers who may be facing foreclosure or what do you call it? Eviction. Thank you. I don't know
Yep.
why I couldn't get that word out.
Because it's a little tight back there. but
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
right.
My rap is too
Yeah,
tight right
yeah.
now. So, what advice or what resources could you offer? Because I know there are some organizations that might, especially with COVID. I know with COVID there was a lot of things going on.
Yeah.
Where people could, reach out to certain organizations to help pay for back rent. So, what are some resources that you can provide for our viewers?
For foreclosure, right now, I think there's still a bit of foreclosure assistance available for people who were affected by COVID. The application process is a little bit long, so for those applications, we do help people fill
Oh,
them
okay,
out.
okay, great.
Especially if English isn't their primary language. That's also something we do for rental assistance applications. I've had to translate them in Spanish so many times already, and we pre-screen the clients. So when they come to us, we'll have the basic information to see if they're eligible, and then we'll present to them and we'll say, hey, these are the ones that you're eligible for. It looks like you're going to get the money that you need from X, Y, and Z. Here's the turnaround time that we're noticing, whether it's a few weeks or longer. And here's how to apply. When can we schedule you?
That's where are you guys?
Yeah, I was about to say.
Like, where are you guys? Yeah.
So we're actually in Journal Square.
Okay.
We're at 830 Bergen. So we're right by Old Bergen Church.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that's across the street.
Yep.
They're in the county building.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So do people just come to you specifically for foreclosures, evictions, rental assistance, or do you have clients that come to you who, like Rashid mentioned earlier, who might have, issues paying their utilities? And if so, do you guys help with resources with that?
We do get clients with utilities issues who need utility assistance, and we do refer them to programs that are available and help them apply.
Paco's one of them. It's
Yeah.
an awesome program.
amazing.
Shout out to Lily
Shout out to
Diaz,
Paco. Yeah.
shout out to
who's
Paco.
a former
Yeah.
director there. So
Yeah, we need to get Paco on the show too sometime in the future.
yeah, I definitely see that. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah. Just the resources alone just
Right.
makes a lot of sense
And-
because
yeah.
we don't believe that these resources are available. And again, one thing you're always going to get when you come to B.L.E.S in a city is like we're literally giving you the truth in game. So there's nonprofit organizations that are doing something. You're a nonprofit. You're a part of a nonprofit organization as well. Guys, when you need help, start looking at these 501c3s, these nonprofits,
Right.
because they have solutions for you. And yeah, it's just right there and readily available. Yeah.
I have another question. In your experience, do you meet clients who, like Rashid also mentioned this earlier, and I think Kali did too, just based off of them not knowing that they do have resources, that they do have help, and they're like, so far behind. What happens in those instances? Like, and what I'm going at is, and we talked about this in another show, is the mental health, because this losing your home, especially during the winter, during the holidays, it's a traumatic experience, especially if you have children. So people who have this ignorance that may not have this information, how do you also link them to maybe some mental health resources, or do you link them to mental health resources to help them with that?
So actually, this just made me excited because we recently got a social worker on board
Oh, wow.
to help
Good,
provide
good,
mental
good.
health services, because we kind of noticed that, especially for the housing counselors, part of our job was just hearing them out. Especially for ones who were in so deep with rental arrears or foreclosure arrears that they just felt like they couldn't do anything anymore. We noticed that they needed a lot of mental health support, and there were a lot of phone calls of them just hearing their frustrations out, because it was just a lot of pain that they're going through and that they're experiencing. So we do have a social worker on our
That's
team.
amazing.
Yeah,
She's
that's
great.
That's
Just
great.
having a forethought to
Right.
add that to
Right.
the already tremendous work that you guys are doing just shows, you can see the character in an organization based off of the services that they provide. So shout out to the Waterfront Project. I did not know that. That's amazing.
I mean, one of the reasons why I asked that question is because Father Bob,
Yeah.
this is a pastor who founded this organization, and you would think that, a pastor would have that, because you coming from a Catholic church, people
Yeah.
come to you all
Yeah.
the time
All
for
the time.
confession.
Yep.
They come to you seeking advice. So I feel like, when people are facing these traumatic events, they need
Right.
some, not just legal advice, not
Yes.
just resources
Yeah.
that will help them with funding for
Yeah.
their
They need some
situation,
emotional
but they need
counseling.
emotional
Yeah.
support as
That's
well. So
excellent.
one of the things I thought about when I was reading you guys' mission and your purpose and a little bit about Father Bob's history with the organization, I'm like, I know that they have to offer some type of mental health.
Yeah.
So just to add, you guys should put that on your website. Add that to the website,
Yeah.
the
I'll let 'em
mental
know.
health.
I'll send an
re-
email.
That's
I'll
definitely
definitely
something,
update that.
you
Yes.
might want to put
now,
in.
now, in the event that your attorneys did all they could, they exhausted every possibility, and unfortunately you have to lose your home, or their client has to be evicted. Now, what's the next step? Do you guys help them find shelters or temporary housing?
Well, what's
Yeah.
your clearance record before we even ask that? Are you guys batting 1,000? How often does this happen?
Well, very rarely, from what I'm noticing.
Oh, shucks.
Okay.
Huh.
They might be, like that's
She
just
said
what they
that what-
do.
She said that what
You
just
saw
sound
that
like,
conference, she was like-
we hardly ever lose.
Look
like,
at Collie like, I don't know.
yeah,
we don't lose.
We don't lose.
I mean, I haven't lost lately. I don't
Okay. Get it off your
Kim.
shoulder, Kim.
Come on.
Get it off your shoulder.
Pop your collar.
No.
Yeah, ain't nothing
Pop your
wrong with
collar.
that. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
That's excellent.
It's nothing wrong with boasting about that. You
Yeah,
should
not
boast
at all.
about
It's
that.
great work.
That's excellent.
But
man.
in the
And
case-
I'm happy
Yeah.
with that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but in the case,
In
as
the
Collie was
case,
saying.
we do refer them to temporary shelter, to emergency housing, and then move on from there if we see any affordable housing available. Because now I'm actually getting emails of people being like, "Hey, here's an open apartment if you know a client. Here's an
Oh,
open
great.
apartment if you know a
Look at
client."
that.
I'm like,
Oh, wow.
"Perfect. Let me forward this."
Well, I'm gonna have to
Beautiful.
talk to you after the show because I know a
Beautiful.
couple of people who
Yep.
are
Right.
displaced right now who need rental assistance. They also need some place to stay. So we'll talk after.
Well, have them come to the event that they're going to be hosting at the
Right.
Bethune Center
And-
tomorrow.
And when is that event again?
The event is going to be tomorrow. It's going to be the 15th of December. It's going to start at 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. And it's in our community. There's no, reason why people shouldn't show up. Go to the Bethune Center, get as much of this information. You know someone who's going through something, or you know someone who knows someone who's going
that's
through
right.
something. Information is not to be kept in its origins, to be shared with everyone. So make sure you get out there.
So you could go to the Bethune Center tomorrow and get a job and a place to live, or rental assistance, or foreclosure, or legal assistance, all at the same time.
Look at that.
Both events are happening. The
Look at
Hudson
that.
County Department of Corrections and Rehabilitation's having their event
Yep.
tomorrow simultaneously. So you can go to both events. There's no excuses. Right in the community, 140 MLK.
Yes.
5:30.
Go in there with, go in there, you might not, go
I'll
in
be
there
in
with the
there,
best
just find my
situation,
hair.
but you'll leave with the
Your
best.
be- that's right.
With a
Yeah.
job and a place to
And
stay.
a place to stay.
you
That's
go.
right.
Yep.
Well, Kim, I want to thank you for coming. I mean, definitely peace and blessings to you. I hope that you guys continue to do great work. I pray that your program grows and continue to help as many people as you can. And we want to thank you for actually coming on the show.
Thanks for having me.
No, absolutely. Can you just tell them your information again? Give them your website as well as the Facebook.
Social media,
social
yes,
media?
yes.
Yes, so again, I'm Kim Goycochea. I'm a housing counselor for the WaterFront Project. All of our social media is the WaterFront Project, and our website is thewaterfrontproject.org.
Thanks,
Thank
Kim.
you
Do
so
you have an
much.
email you might want to share?
Yeah.
Is there like a public email, like an info@thewaterfrontproject.org?
Yes, so there should be a info at thewaterfrontproject.org at our website, but if not, mine is kgoycochea at the Waterfront Project.
Can you spell that?
We're going to put that, I was going to say, we're
we'll
going
put
to
it
put
in
it
the comments, don't worry,
We
we'll
put it in the comments. We
Yeah.
got y'all.
It's
We got
actually
y'all.
phonetic.
It actually is.
It's
Yeah,
really
it is.
because
Thank you,
it's
Kim
really phonetic.
Goycochea.
So if you just say it,
Goycochea.
write it the way you say it.
Goycochea. See, I did it.
He likes
Goycochea.
that.
See
He
that?
likes that.
You're 90% now, bro. We're going to get you over the hump. We're going to get you at this 100.
Thank you. Thank you.
Definitely
Kim,
do appreciate
Thanks
it.
again for joining the show. We want to, again, the family of Bless, thank you. The viewers, thank you for coming on and attending.
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
yeah. And we appreciate you.
Yes, we appreciate you. Thank you so much. Let's give a round of applause for Kim Goycochea. Yes.
Goycochea.
Thank you so much. I'm gonna find out who her colorist is later so I can get my hair
Goycochea.
colored.
There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go.
Boy. Yeah. Anyway, I also want to make a comment about the Bethune Center in the Hudson County Department of Corrections hiring. I do want to say that it's a great career. Hey, motivate your sons, your daughter, your nieces, your nephews, your brother, step cousin, or just the bum that's on the couch that you tired of and you're about to
Step-cousin.
leave him. Yeah. It's a great career. Starting salary is at $48,500. That's right. That's $48,500 is the starting salary. I want to tell you guys that it is a rewarding career. You're able to meet some good people, actually find a second family, and you'll be able to provide for yourself as well. And like everything else, man, it's what you make it.
Yep.
And I want you guys to come over and join the team because I want to retire soon. So anyway, enough about me. I do want to say that, in the season of giving, right, and where we are, Thanksgiving has passed, and we all said what we're thankful for. But I would just pray that this year, that everybody, give from their heart, give willingly, and give to somebody. I don't care if it's $5. Right, go purchase a toy. Go to Five Below. I hate to give free advertisement, but go Five Below, buy a toy. Give it to your neighbor. Drop it off as a church. And now is the time. We starting to, even though COVID hasn't gone away, but we
As a
starting.
matter of fact, it's supposed to be back in full force.
Right.
They're saying, yeah.
Right, but I would say we have conspiracies.
I said they say.
I know.
We-
I know. I know.
We have come to the point to where we've been able to adapt to this new normality of COVID life, right?
To a new system of control. You're right.
Ooh, let's talk about it.
So in the midst of that, in any
Don't hold
event,
back, Rashid.
in the midst of that, in any event, like we've now had to coexist with this thing,
Yeah.
For those who believe in it or not believe in it, for whatever aspect of it, they've been able to sell the ideology of, hey, this is what's going on, and this is what you guys have to do, and it hasn't stopped us or broken us as of yet. And getting back into that, we have to remember that there's so many people who still haven't fully recovered from this thing. People have lost their lives. They left children behind, spouses. There's widows out there.
Yep.
Like that's why I'm really, and I'm not a big Christmas guy. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not. However, I do understand the need for us to get out in the communities and give, because there are those losses, and pray for all those who lost somebody during this time of COVID, and I just I'm just saddened to hear all the things that's been transpiring recently. And another thing, so it is the holidays, right?
Yep.
People are traveling, right?
They are.
Sometimes you have some unexpected guests. Now, Brother Chambers, you being a man in your house, will you allow a family member that's a male or a friend to spend the night at your house and stay over, during this holiday? Because my uncle always said that he would never allow another man sleeping over his house during the holidays and any other days. How do you feel about that?
I do share some of it. Like I said, the people who are able to stay in my house are the people that I trust to a point. I am a father of 3 daughters. I am also a child, of pain, and I'm not going to speak about other people's pains, but I do know, that young ladies are targeted, sometimes as children. So that's something that always plays in the back of my mind as a father. I mean, what's the worst thing that could ever happen to your daughter? She gets pregnant or violated. So it's like
Murder, death,
you know
kill.
what I mean? So which equals murder, death, kill.
Right.
So in order to keep me out of that situation.
Right.
I personally don't. If you are a person in my house, then I have the utmost trust for you. And if anything was to happen, I would definitely have to wear that because that's just it, and that's all.
Okay, what about you, Princess Erica? Somebody wants to stay over to your house, and now
No.
flat off, and why?
I can respect it.
No.
Why?
You mean just for the holidays?
Just for the holidays. I wouldn't get anyone, you know what I mean? I just decided to come at the
And you're
last
saying
moment.
unexpected too?
Yeah.
Is it
I decided
unexpected?
unexpected. At the last moment, know what I mean? I
Nah.
decided to come through, and I can't sleep on the couch, know what I
Nah.
mean?
Oh, that was simpler. I should have answered that simpler. The answer is no. Ain't nobody
said-
unexpectedly staying in my
No.
house.
You said no. Why? It's your family.
I don't care. I don't have to have a reason. I have to protect my peace. I have to protect my space. If this is a trip that you planned and I know about it ahead of time, maybe I can accommodate you. But unexpectedly, you want to throw something in my lap, then take this unexpected no.
And since when was no not an acceptable answer?
Yeah,
It
no.
doesn't require, and it has a period at the end of it all the time.
Well, I mean,
No.
me personally, that's one of my favorite words. But you know, I asked this question because you know, somebody was offended by something that I said.
Oh, I
right?
could see that.
Yeah. Well,
I'm sorry, I didn't know where.
what do you mean?
Go
I
ahead.
could see that.
But
Yeah.
basically, I told this person absolutely not. Like, why would you allow this person to come over to your home uninvited? That's the first level of disrespect. And then say, "Hey, I'm gonna need to stay over." And you know, I'm out of town. I don't have nowhere else to go. You know, come on, cuz. Okay, that's a violation on all levels,
Yeah.
right? And I can expect it for someone who doesn't have anything, but somebody who has something, come on, man. I mean, during the holidays, we still can't leave. We can't forget consideration for each other.
Mm-hmm.
And I had to speak to a person that way and tell them that because sometimes families have a way of trying to make you feel guilty.
Sometimes.
Yeah, well,
Okay.
majority of the times.
Right.
And that's the type of mental, you know, pain and punishment that we subject on each other for generations, especially within our culture. Even from the simple point of a mother saying, "Oh, you know, I was in child labor for 16 hours to birth you. You can't go to the store and give me a bottle of soda." Like, those small things, although they small, they impactful. And they damage people for a long time. I mean, the purpose of me having this discussion because I want us to be mindful of the things we say, right? Especially towards our own family. We got to be mindful because now when there's a situation where you want to be amongst them and you want to share that love and that time with each other, you have these type of things getting in the way, right? In my household, I always try to use those things as an opportunity to not highlight them, but definitely express how they affect, you know what I mean, us as a whole. And those conversations are not being had anymore. During the holidays, although it's a time to celebrate, I do so feel like there's also a time of healing. I think that this should be a time where we tell the kids to excuse themselves and we communicate with the family and discuss some of those things and try to resolve things and have a moment of healing. And just in that moment, not to stay in it forever, but at least to express some of the things that may have affected individuals in that room that I've offended a lot of my family members and I didn't even know it.
I
did.
could see that.
Anyway, yeah, good brother Ross. So, and I didn't even know it, but you know, in moments like this, let's celebrate and also heal.
Okay.
You know, and I'm not trying to take anything away from the fun, and before the drinks flow, I think that that's necessary. I think that before the celebration, going around the room and basically saying, "Hey, you know what I mean? How did I damage you?" Because I think that's necessary. I ain't saying live in the moment. I ain't saying that, yo, man, that messed up my life forever. Nah, but sometimes you have people in the room that need that.
All right, so since we're here, so I think the biggest issue is entitlement, right? I think that I'm my own person, you're your own person, Erica's her own person, and it is what it is. Anyone that drops an expectation on you out of like it's fealty or loyalty or something like that, that's not somebody who has your best interest. You know, like what we talk about a lot in our community is the black tax, right? The one who made it, the one who's doing it, and how they're, you know, like they owe everyone, You know what I mean? That's in their immediate area, family, cousins, second cousins, third cousins, et cetera, and so forth. I'm like, oh, well, you're the one who did it. So now you're the one who we rely on when these situations happen. And you got it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You
It's
got it.
infamous. You got it. You good. You got it. And it's like, at the end of the day, what you're doing is you're overburdening someone and punishing them for achievement. Don't dump your expectations on other people. So there's no going around the room how I wronged you by telling you I didn't want you to make me uncomfortable in my situation.
But those are conversations that need to be had.
No, I don't have to explain to someone like, yo, come on, man, if you came out of state and popped up at my house with the expectation of staying at my house without giving me the decency of asking me, then there's no reason for me to tell you, oh, well, we got to have a conversation. I was really hurting. That had nothing to do with me. You were hurting so bad you couldn't provide me with the simple courtesy of asking me if it was all right to disturb my peace.
It's that sense of new age entitlement.
That's not new age entitlement. You got old people doing that. I got uncles that are doing it. I got uncles that see me and smile when I go to the cookout because they know that their favorite bottle is going to be axed and propped up for them. And people, it is what it is. It happens on a regular basis.
You got that Remy Martin that I love so much.
Hell, I duck family members on a regular basis right now. I've become Captain Can I? So no.
Well, I believe that again, man. I personally believe that it should be addressed. I mean, I have no problem with shutting you down, but I'm gonna tell you, moving forward, hey, man, listen, we ain't doing that. And I have no problem with doing that.
I just think some things you shouldn't have to defend.
You're right. It's not even about a defense, but I feel like, why play games? Why monkey around with the situation?
Yep.
I'd rather nip it in the bud. You know what I mean? From its inception. Let's not have the elephant in the room. Let's stab the elephant.
We have a
cook it up.
comment.
What's
We
the
have a
comment?
comment
Go ahead.
from one of our viewers, Mr. Timothy Williams says, if a family member comes out of town and needs a place to stay or is just down on luck, I'm always willing to help. That's just the way I've been raised. Now, Mr. Timothy Williams, I'm going to tell you something, okay? God bless you and your warm, kind heart.
We know.
I really, really appreciate your comment. I hope that you continue to watch and be an avid viewer. But what I'm about to say, baby, let me tell you something. I know people who have let family members stay with them to the point where they moved out and the family member was still there. Okay? So it's okay to help people in situations when they need help, but you have to remember your job is to protect you and yours.
Yep.
And if your family member is an adult, they got to do adult things. We all get down on our luck sometimes, and there's nothing wrong with helping people, but you got to put a cap on it. You have to learn how to say no when it's time to say no. You have to learn how to say, okay, you could stay with me for 2 weeks and get a contract. Because I'm going to tell you something. If that person stays with you for a length of time and they start collecting mail there, baby, it's hard to get them out.
They will
You
spend
literally-
the night for a month or a year.
It's not even that. It literally comes to a point, and we should have probably let Miss Goycochea stay on because
Facts.
if a person stays with you for a certain number of days and start to collect mail in your home, they become a tenant. They live there, and you have to go through eviction process to get them out.
Wow.
So yes, it's okay to help people out. Now, Timothy, don't come for me.
Depending on where you are, of course.
Don't come for me, but it's okay to help people out. But I would suggest getting a contract. And I'm not talking about somebody who's, just saying, oh, they want to stay for the holidays for 2 days. I'm talking about people who say, I'm down on my luck. I'm in between jobs. I need to stay just 1 month, just 1 month. Okay, just 1 month. Make them sign a contract. So when them 30 days are up, bro, you got to go.
They would still actually
And then
be
give
entitled.
them the
They could
WaterFront
still fight that.
website
Yeah.
and tell them that they have resources for them to go someplace and live, okay? And that's how we gonna do that. Because listen, the holiday time is time to give and all of that, but at the end of the day, I'm not giving you my space.
They can use the lease. Hold on, because that contract could be considered a lease. They can still, petition the court for more time.
That's crazy.
I just say don't do it. That's
Yeah,
just
but
just me
if you
myself.
don't, if you
Well-
but if you don't have something in place, and I got that from watching,
Yeah.
literally watching one of those judge shows.
Okay.
If you don't have anything in place, it gets them harder for them to get out. If you have
That's why I
something,
said don't do it at all.
oh, don't let them move in
I
and
said
out.
don't
Yes,
don't
I
don't let them
support
do it
that.
at all.
I
Don't
support
let them
that.
do it at all. Like
I
that's just my
support
thing.
that.
And I respect you. Timothy.
Yes, Timothy Williams.
I respect you for that.
Well,
That's-
again,
that's
man,
nice.
I'll say this. I kind of feel, that way. I feel like that conversation definitely should happen. And I like to say this. Anytime we help people, right, it's not truly help if it starts to hurt you. It's not.
Yes.
That's no longer. That's no.
Stealing
that's
that
no
one
longer-
too.
Yeah, that's no longer. help.
Absolutely right.
All right, that's the hindrance on both parts.
Yeah.
So we have to negate from doing that.
Yep.
And I don't know. I'm Caribbean. I watched my father take everybody in.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? This is your fourth cousin from Panama.
Listen.
He's staying for a week. I'm like, huh?
My mother literally brought her entire family from Jamaica, and they all stayed with us at one time or another. But at the end of the day, I learned my lesson from that. You know what I'm saying?
No, me too.
So-
I've been in this position myself. This is my closing remarks. I've been in that situation myself. It really, really does suck because people turn around and they're always looking at you to be
That's the bad guy.
that support and stuff like that. And I realized that after a while, when you have a family and someone's still asking for certain things and the abundance, they never stop. So it does happen. There's very few people I know who come to me with a problem that they're willing to change themselves.
Well, thank you guys for sharing. It is time to wrap it up.
Yep.
I just
Thank
wanna
you, Timothy.
Brother Rod,
Thank you, Timothy.
brother. I was about to say brother
Some
Rod-
realistic, but
brother
so-
Rod, a tech guy, but you don't like that.
We're
Good brother
done with
Rod
that.
Chambers, and my sister right here, loosely. Erica Bermudez said good night to the good people.
Yes, peace and love. Good night. Please remember all of the information that we gave you guys on today, especially as it pertains to giving back to the community with these kids, with these toy drives. Please rerun this, go post it, share it, and please get the information out so that we're giving back to these kids during this holiday
That's right.
time.
Stay blessed and happy New Year. We'll see you guys next year.
We'll see you guys next year. It's the last show for the year. Peace and love.
Peace out.
We out.
All right.